Alright, it's that Love Clark again. And I'm back, and I'm not joking around. I might joke a little bit, but the topic is going to stay serious, okay? I've been talking about black reparations and making a new Africa, or a part of Africa, accessible to black Americans, African Americans, okay? Let's be real, let's be honest. We know, I know from just being a white person in a white community, that not always in public but behind closed doors, people talk about reparations. We've done everything we can to help these black people. Why can't they just get a job and help themselves? And then the other arguments from the blacks is, these damn honkies, they keeping us back. They need to go on somewhere and let us move forward. They're always holding us back. And they're always doing racist stuff to us. All the time it's black people stopping us from everything. Well, it sounds just about, my imitation of a black is almost the same as a hillbilly. Probably because black people got their accents from hillbillies. Okay? Southerns. The point is, look, open your heart of hearts. Don't be so rude, and don't be like the Pharaoh with your cold, closed heart, okay? Think right. Think right. Put yourself in their shoes for just a second. I know we've had all these poor old black man stories all these years. Oh, poor old black man, God feel sorry for him. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying open your heart of hearts, okay, for a second. Just think about it. If this was you or your people, okay, and you have been enslaved and treated this way all these years, and you had a homeland, and for 400 years, and all of a sudden, and you felt like these people you've been really a second-class citizen your whole life, you know, the whole time you've been in this place, and that you don't see any end of it. And all of a sudden they offer you, hey, here's some money, a house, property, food for life. You don't have to pay for anything in life to survive and live. You'll live like kings in Africa compared to the rest of the Africans. Let's build this. Who wouldn't want to repair this way? Reparations isn't just, let's pay them cash. Let's give them a check every month like the Native Americans in the little land here. No. The Native Americans get their checks and their lands here because their land is here. You're not a native, you're not a indigenous here. Neither are we, but we conquered the place. The point is, this was ours first. Okay, we stole this stuff, or God give it to us, whatever, from the Native Americans. I'm not saying what's right or wrong at this point. What I am saying is, blacks come along later. The point ain't that we got this land. We got it. We did it. We got it already. So that's a done deed. But we can do reparations. Reparations for blacks is not, it's not, oh, here's a check and here's a ghetto to live in, another ghetto to live in. No. It's give them checks, give them land, send them home, or give them the option to go home. Go back to Africa and build United States, Africa, America. You can develop your own little countries inside. We'll buy the land. All you rich white people that wants to talk about the solution, and I ain't talking about the final solution. I'm talking about a beautiful solution, an exodus to Africa with the blacks. David Duke, all you people that keep thinking about the race problem, how to fix the race problem, how to fix this, how to fix that. You white people, and I don't want blacks funding this. I don't want blacks to fund this at all. I don't want a damn dime of black money to go into this fund to free, because the reparations are on the whites. They're demanding it on the whites. Let it all be from the whites, and let the whites and the rich white people, because obviously whoever's the richest white people right now, they probably prospered a long time ago, and they probably got their money through their families. Most of them got their money through their families, which was on the back of slaves. Now, that's not what I'm fighting about. What I'm fighting about is no black people can go fund this, because when it's all said and done, and you've got your new free Africa, United States, Africa, America over there, chunk of land, and your checks, and your houses with your solar panels, your windmills, and your water pumps, and all that stuff, and free medical and everything, and cash in your pocket, and food, okay, plus the protection of the United States of America, you're going to have such a better life, and you won't be able to have to blame nobody else. But the reason why I want only whites to fund this, let the blacks decide kind of which way they want the money to go for the infrastructure and the building and everything. I want whites to fund this only. The reason why is not another white devil trick so we can trick you with some more racism. No. I want whites to fund this because this is reparations from whites to black Americans, African Americans, people whose ancestors were slaves. I don't know anyone in America whose ancestors that they can remember were slaves. Now they might look in their family tree, and I don't know any white people that used to be slave owners. So that's not going on. So I'm not saying it didn't happen. What I'm saying is you can't blame everything in the future on one event or a couple of events. My point is, these black reparations has to come from white people, or won't in the future, okay, when they have the black Africa, free Africa, okay, United States, Africa, America, over there, they can't go back and say they built it. They can't go back and say we didn't do anything to help build it, or we didn't do the reparations. When it's all said and done, we want to take the credit for it and say, yes, we did that deed. We built that. We gave it to them out of our own pockets. We worked hard for it to free these people and to truly let them have their own nation under God or whatever they want to call it. Okay? Once they get over there, they can change their democracy. They can change everything around. But think about it. I mean, really be honest about it. You're a black person in the 60s, okay? And there's black people right now, women, black women, on our finest campuses, screaming and demanding segregation and exclusiveness. So, just imagine for a second. I've got 2 little kids. I've got 2 little daughters. I've got an older son, but he's almost an adult. But I'm talking about the little kids. And say I'm walking in town like a city, and it's segregated. Say it's the 60s, and I'm black, okay? I understand the frustration of this segregation, because that's part, some of it's really ridiculous, okay? Say I'm walking through the city with my kids, and my daughter, one of my daughters has to go pee or poop all of a sudden, number 1 or number 2, if you don't like that graphic language. But guess what? I'm looking at all the blocks and all the stores around as I walk past, and I don't see a single one that's black. And for 5 blocks, I know I've got to walk 5 or 6 more blocks before I get to the black neighborhood where my daughter can actually go pee or poop. Number 1 or number 2. Okay? That would frustrate me to no end. That would be one of the worst parts, because it's already almost like that. You can walk down the street in a public city and they don't have public restrooms for anybody. And your kids got to go to the bathroom, man, it's a hassle. And all they want to do is relieve themselves. They don't want to go in there and germinate your toilet and, maybe, black will rub off on you. You might start turning that. No, that ain't going to happen. That's so stupid. But I could see that would be really a frustrating thing to deal with, that, just to let my kids be relieved and walk down the street. Not have to walk 5 blocks to go to the bathroom. Or they shit their pants or piss their pants on the way because they couldn't hold it. They got little bladders, the little children. Imagine the little children. Now imagine growing up all your life with everyone, blacks, being black, and everyone telling you the white man's held you down. The white man's the reason for this. The white man, it's against the white man. The white man, the whole system of the white man is why we're in this problem. Well, if we get you out of the system or give you an option out of the system, you can't keep doing that. You go over there, you build your own country, and release these black prisoners here. And take them there with you. And then put them in your own jails over there. And you decide which prisoners you want in and out. Okay? You decide. It'll be up to you. And then once you have your own government and your own nation and your own people, you can flourish, and nobody's going to be calling. You can't play race cards. See, once you start policing your own people for crimes, if you're going to even have rules. If you have your own country over there and you start policing your own people, you'll start to see how difficult it can be, and that it's not a racist thing that you guys, because guess what? More blacks go to jail than whites. It's not because of racism, it's because more blacks commit crimes. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. They get caught more in crimes. You know, you can let those people out once you get your own country. You can decide what to do. You can castrate the rapist if you want. Make your own laws once you get there. My point is, you can no, after that point, you can no longer say the white people done it, or it was a racist reason. You know, racism, white people putting you in prison. You'll see once you got to police your own people that, oh, that kid, oh, we shot in the park, we thought he was a thug. Well, he was a thug. You know, you should have been scared, you know. I'm not saying kids should be shot. I don't believe in that at all. Innocent, unarmed children